Guys for watching. Not sure if you'll see me next week. I'll be on vacation, but I know we'll have some great content for you regardless.
What? What's up, YouTube? My name is Albert. I'm the creative director here at Curated, and obviously John's on vacation, so the responsibility has fallen on me to make some content for you guys so that you have something to watch this Thursday, as I know you guys have gotten accustomed to getting some pretty regular content. Now, I've been waiting a really long time to do this video. I thought John was gonna end up doing it, but this is something that I've wanted to show the channel for a very long time, and we've just never really gotten around to it. There's so many cool cars coming in that it didn't make sense to make a video dedicated to just this. But this is a really, really cool 9.3 liter big block V12 offshore racing engine from Lamborghini. Now, if you remember, Ferruccio had that beautiful Riva that everyone knows, the famous one that had the two Espada engines in it. Those are the 3.5 liter V12s, Bizzarini engines. And Patrick Mimram, owner of Lamborghini at the time, made Motori Marini Lamborghini to continue that tradition. He wanted to continue making engines for offshore racing boats and for pleasure craft throughout the 80s and 90s. Now, they made several large V12s. There was the L802 and L804. Those were the racing engines. They were electronic fuel injection. They had the gigantic carbon fiber intakes on the top, EFI, individual throttle bodies, and they were slightly smaller. They were 8-liter engines. They made about just shy of 900 horsepower, 880. And then there's the L900, which is what this is. This is a 9.3 liter, 770 horsepower V12. This engine was made for pleasure craft. It wasn't really meant to race. It doesn't rev as high. It has more displacement, more torque for cruising, but it's absolutely insane. And today we're gonna get to cold start it. It's filled with race gas. I wish you could smell and hear and feel what this engine is like when it starts, because it growls and it grumbles and it vibrates and it just shakes your insides. Now, we can't really turn it on right now. It's about 3 p.m. in the afternoon right now. Last time we started this thing outside, it just stopped every business on the block. All the customers from all the dealerships around us came out. Cars were stopping in the middle of the road. It's a showstopper. It's absolutely incredible, and it's really, really loud. So we're gonna wait till about 5 or 6 p.m. when traffic dies down, when kind of the businesses are closing down, to roll it outside and start it. But in the meantime, we're gonna go do a behind the scenes on this car, because we're gonna go do the photo shoots. I do all the photos for Curated, and this one has yet to be photographed. This is the Verde Metallizato SE30 Yoda that you saw in last week's episode. It's a crazy car. It broke the dealership when we came in. Like, everybody, we couldn't stop talking about it. We couldn't stop looking at it. It's absolutely beautiful. We're gonna get our detailer, Pete Wedge from Squeaky Pete's. He's gonna come in, he's gonna assess the car, he's gonna look at everything, see what needs to be addressed, and then go ahead and address it. Now, the car's pretty good. It doesn't need paint correction. It just needs kind of like a wipe down basically, but a little bit more advanced. It needs to get vacuumed on the inside. A couple of things need to be cleaned up. So we're gonna do that, and we're gonna take it for a photo shoot. We're actually gonna do them in backwards order, which doesn't make sense. We're gonna shoot it first and then detail it later, just because of logistics. And then at the end of the video, we're gonna go ahead and cold start this thing, let it warm up, and then rev it, because it never gets revved. I'm the only person that starts it here because I love turning it on. I think it's so much fun. It's got a beautiful run stand. It's got coolant and oil in these reservoirs right here, so you can actually let it run for a little while. It doesn't have a radiator, so it will overheat eventually, but to get it to warm up and rev it is pretty easy. So stick around, we're gonna do that next. Pete, come here. Guys, you probably remember Pete Wedge, Squeaky Pete's. He is an amazing detailer. He does all of our cars. He manages collections. He does concourse prep. He's got a whole fleet of guys that detail cars for people. He's one of the best in the world. You probably remember him from our video with the Bugatti Divo that he brought to the Design District Concourse. Now he's gonna go through the car, check everything out, assess it for any damage, anything that needs to get fixed. I think the engine bay has a little bit of oil in it, and he's gonna go ahead and do some paint polishing, correction, just go over the car. We're gonna see what it needs, and then we'll actually go ahead and do that work. So what's the verdict, Pete?
Well, the car's pretty perfect, actually. It's one of the nicest examples that we've seen, and we've seen a lot. We have one minor touch-up spot here. Full car needs a light compound polish, touch up all the scratches. We have some stuff going on here in the mirror that needs to be addressed. All these bolts need to come out. This all needs to be polished and cleaned up. Nice detail on the interior, nice detail on the engine. Wheels off, clean the suspensions, inside of the wheels, brake calipers, etc. And then we're gonna come here and just clean up this back grate and refinish it. So let's get going.
Get to work. So there's the shoot. We had a little problem with logistics, so we had to do it really fast. It's probably not going to be the best montage. I'm just doubting myself because I know I'm going to edit it and try to do my best. But let's take the engine out and start it at 6 o'clock. We shouldn't bother anybody. It's a good time to do this. Outside. I'm not an insane expert on this thing, but I just think it's absolutely beautiful. Has the water-cooled exhaust. That's actually meant so that when the exhaust goes through the fiberglass of the boat, it doesn't catch the boat on fire. It also helps keep the engine cool. And then another cool little design detail that I love is they use this valve as the throttle. So by doing this, we're actually priming the carbs a little. Real quick though, this is like 1,000 RPMs. can't hear anything. Can you hear anything? My ears are ringing. I'm shaking inside. It's so cool. I'm glad we got to show this, guys. It's been around for a while, and we have one more cool thing we'll show you, not anytime soon, but we have a old Lamborghini tractor that I think we need to show you because it's super cool. So like, subscribe, help us out with the algorithm, and we'll see you guys in the next video.